If what you want to do is so different, so unorthodox
Can you imagine a Jamaican bobsledder?
to your gender, religion, race, ethnicity,
To push off down the ice. Ice?
the town you live in, the school you go to,
And who are you?
The Jamaican bobsled team, sir.
probably gonna make sure you're damn good at it.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. Get on up. It's bobsled time.
I love my family, but they could be a little judgmental in general. So I was just scared they're gonna be looking at me like, why would you want to do that? You know, I was just scared they was gonna say something, but surprisingly, they were pretty much supportive. I was just scared I was gonna be judged. I didn't want to be judged. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I went down there knowing that I possibly wanted to do hair. I kind of knew that beforehand, but I was kind of like one of those type of people that I was like scared as a male. And I was just kind of scared like people were gonna judge me, people were gonna look at me differently. I just searched up like hair schools there. That's what I got my license in, natural hair care specialist. And so I specifically deal with like natural hair, like all natural hair textures, how to take care of natural hair. I do a lot of more like your braids, locks, twists. I know how to do sew-ins, but I don't like doing sew-ins, ponytails, just stuff like that. I really do like doing hair. Like I said, at first, never. I was your typical regular person, like went to college, was studying social work. And all of a sudden I was like, I want to do hair. And now I love it. Like, I really don't know if I want to go back to school. Let me tell you something about hair school. Being the only male in the class was very challenging. It was very challenging. And I feel like it was challenging because honestly, if you want to be honest, women want to come to male stylists. So to me, it was like challenging for me because when we would get like people that would come in to get their hair done, everybody wanted to come to me. So I felt bad because all the other girls, you know, girls are catty in general. Love the females, love y'all, but y'all can be very catty. And I felt like it was like very competitive. They would all of a sudden like not want to talk to me in class and, you know, stuff that like we're all adults not doing that. So it was just challenging, you know, trying to like deal with that. After a while, like I literally told my instructor, I was like, I'm going to have my station all the way on the other side and I'm gonna be by myself and I'm gonna do my practicing on my mannequin or if there's a client that comes in for me. And that's what I did. And I had my AirPods in. I don't do drama, didn't want to be in drama. And it was starting to get like I said, challenging and hard for me to like go in there and try to be cool with my classmates. And it was like, you know, they were trying to be competitive or like have different like, you know, little sayings about me or whatever and stuff like that. So I was just like, I'm just gonna stay to myself. And when I did that, I felt like I even did better, you know, just because I was focusing on my work, was not thinking about really necessarily trying to like be in the group, you know, or in the, with the class with everybody else. So it was challenging a little bit, but I overcame it. I graduated. Well, I think too, like I do come from a very spiritual background too. The reason why I'm saying this is because I love my family, but they could be a little judgmental in general. So I was just scared they're gonna be looking at me like, oh, you want to do women's hair? Like, why would you want to do that? You know, I was just scared they was gonna say something, but surprisingly, they were pretty much supportive. That was cool. So like I said, I was just scared I was gonna be judged. I didn't want to be judged. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. Now I've connected with like people all over like that are male stylists in different cities, and I like reach out to them all the time. They reach out to me for like hair tips, hair suggestions. We talk about products, like just hair stuff. But it's cool to like know that I'm not the only one. I'm able to talk to other people. And it's crazy is because I'll have conversations with them like, you know, and they'll have conversations with me like they have the same issues in other cities, like where if they're working in a shop with full like a whole bunch of women, like it could be very competitive because a lot of women want to go to a male stylist, which I don't know why. Maybe because they're like, oh, it's a man doing my hair, you know, like, and no shade, but men stylists, they know how to do some hair. They know how to do some hair. So I feel like a lot of females, not every female, but I feel like for a lot of females, that's what it's like. Or like, they're like, oh, been braiding like my doll's hair or my little cousin's hair since I was like 8, 9 years old. So I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna be a braider. You know what I'm saying? But me is like, no, like I have goals for this. I wanna hopefully teach a class one day. I wanna be able to like own my own shop one day and like welcome in like new beginners, you know, that just graduated or whatever into a shop and open the door for like, I'm so passionate about it. I think I just look at it differently. And I'm not competitive at all. I want to learn from you. Teach me this. I'll teach you that. But I think they can just be very competitive, and that's why it's just can be a struggle as a male stylist. I feel like that's why I work by myself, because I couldn't sit and work with other women. I did work in a barbershop in Charlotte, which was cool because I was like, oh, like, you know, that would be cool. I work with more like men, and that was cool because they were barbers and I was a stylist, and it was like, y'all do y'all own thing, I'm doing my own thing. They were mad cool. Like, they were like, I'll send my clients to you. Like, that's what I'm saying. And I feel like because they're chill, they're not thinking about being competitive. They're in their own lane, I'm in my own lane. It was just like, it worked out. But unfortunately, I just didn't really build clientele like I thought I was. That was one of the reasons why I moved back, because it was just like, and since I've been back, I've been nonstop booked. I don't know if you see social media. I'm like booked every day doing hair, which I'm grateful for. I just was not getting that there in a shop. You can find me on Instagram at Tank Luxury Styles. Find me on Booksy, Style C, Cutie Scheduling. You can book with me. I do braids, locks, twists, ponytails for me. And soon frontal wigs. So I'm very versatile. So whatever you need for your hair, I got you. Book with me. And it's top service. You know, I come with like food, you can watch movie. I give wine to my clients if they drink wine, water. So I give them a very luxury time when they're sitting in my chair. Shout out to the owner at I Need a Cut Barbershop in Charlotte, North Carolina. He's the one that actually like kind of just gave me different like just tips how to like build customer service. And that was one thing he told me, is like, bring champagne or wine for your client. You know what I'm saying? Snack like chips or something to like build the client to come back, but also make them feel like they're having like a nice time while they're sitting in your chair. You know, they have something to drink if they like wine, or if they want something quick to eat, you have like chips or something, you know, entertain the client. So I feel like him giving me that advice was like, okay, and I just took it with me. Because some people, they really don't want to just listen to music. Especially if you getting your hair done for 4 or 5 hours, especially females or guys who have long locks, and when they're in my chair for like 3 hours or something like that, you know, I don't want to just listen to music. We could watch a movie, you know, or a show or something like that entertain you while you're just sitting in the chair. And I'm very talkative too. It's not like you'll just be sitting there quiet getting your hair done. Because I heard that about people, like stylists, like they'll do their hair and just it be quiet the whole time. I can't do that. I'm bored. Let's talk. What's going on? Especially, like I said, especially if you're a new client too, and I don't know you, like, what's up? Let's talk. You know, like, how was your day? I mean, I have clients too that maybe will talk to me about, you know, like their issues with whoever or whatever. And I'm always just a listening ear. I feel like as a stylist, I'm like a therapist. I do their hair, you know, everything. I feel like I do everything. I feel like that's their free time to just like want to vent, talk, you know, while they're getting their hair done. So, and I'm an open ear, so I always listen. And I'm one of the type of people too, I'm like an honest stylist too. Like if you come in and you're like, I want this style, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna look right. I'm not gonna be that stylist and be like, okay, yeah, we'll do it. And then you come out the chair like, it's not, no. Cause that's happened to me, you know, with like hair, with braids. I would want particular styles knowing that I couldn't get it because this was cut off. You know what I'm saying? And they wouldn't just be honest with me and be like, hey, like that's probably not a good style because your hair's cut off. Like, let's just do something like more like this. They do it and then I'll be like, this don't look right. And they'll be like, oh, it's because your sides are cut off. Oh, so why did you say that from the jump? Now I'm over here like frustrated, want you to redo my hair. So I'm always honest, like that's not gonna work. I have been having a couple people that came in with like 2 inches of hair. There's no shade to them at all. And they want their hair braided. And I'm like, listen, no disrespect. You know, I gripped it. You saw I gripped it, but I was struggling. I can't make it longer unless you want extensions, but I know a lot of dudes don't be wanting hair added. With the guys that I have done their hair, like if their hair sharp, like I can't do extensions. They're like, oh no. Some men care, some men don't. I guess it's just their preference. Probably how they feel. Someone may think they're feminine or whatever, but trying too hard. But I'd be like, if you want extensions, who cares? Like it's 2023. You want the drip, get the drip. I guess it's all kind of stuff. It's all kind of stuff to grow your hair back out. I'm just now really growing a beard. I use beard oil and stuff to help it grow. There's all kind of stuff now. I guess in a salon setting, it's just like, it's a little more different because I feel like a barbershop too, like you said, like mom may have kids. You got like the whole family type thing. I feel like with a salon setting, it's more just like a woman that's just coming getting their hair done. I feel like a barbershop does have like that more like family type of energy or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the kids, the mom may come, you know, maybe the dad may come or grandma, whoever. Like I feel like in a salon, it's mainly just, regular women just wanting to get their hair done. So I guess that's one thing why I did prefer a barbershop, because it is like a more like family vibe. You can get the kids, mama and the dad, you know what I'm saying, besides just particular women. But a lot of my clients have been men, surprisingly, which I was surprised too as a male stylist, which I know we talked about that earlier. Like, I didn't think I was gonna get a lot of men clients, because I just thought, I guess guys just have different perceptions. Like, some men say they don't want no man playing in their hair, but I'm like, it's the same thing as a barber technically. But now barbers wash their clients' hair. It's intimate. They real all in your space. Me, I'm just behind you, just braiding. You don't see half the time. They all in your face, real close, like head up, like this. Like, you ain't doing none of that. Like, all the men clients, I'll just ask them to kind of get a vibe. Like, I'm surprised, like, you book, like, and they be like, bro, I don't care. Like, your work the bomb. Like, parts be clean. Like, so what? You do hair, so I ain't thinking about nothing. But then I've heard of, never had someone who came to me and like said it to me directly, but I've heard of like some dudes that be like, I want no man doing my locks or doing my braids. So it's their preference, I guess.
Believe it or not, I used to have long hair. I'll show you in a second. First, if you're a guy with long hair, or if you had long hair, would you let another guy do your hair? We let guys cut our hair, so why not? Comment below. I'm curious what you guys think.
That's what I'm noticing, especially in this city, which I've been saying to a lot of people, is I think a lot of the men clients that I do have or have talked to about booking with me or whatever, I think they are kind of used to that. Like, oh, can I just come over and, like you said, like sit on the floor or the kitchen chair and get my hair braided? Because I don't know who came up with it, especially in this city. I've never heard of this when I was in Charlotte, but $65 for a retwist is crazy. I'm not charging that cheap for a retwist, but I'm noticing a lot of the girls that are not licensed and be just having them come over to their house, be like, $65 retwist. And I've had like a couple conversations with some of them, because they thought I was going to be like the type to be like, okay, yeah, the first time was like $100 and some, but this time, if you keep coming, it's going to be $65. No, it's going to stay the same price. Unfortunately, like this is my business. I'm licensed, I'm professional. So I'm not standing up for 3-4 hours, retwisting over 100 locks for $65. That's like, I'm lowballing myself. And it's not even about the money. I care about doing people's hair and love doing people's hair. Don't get me wrong, but I just think standing on my feet that long and you want a style, not just a retwist, for $65, that's insane. And products are expensive. Every time I go to the hair store, I'm spending about close to $200 on products and combs and supplies. It's insane. I mean, I know everything's gone up. My lock gel that I use for all my lock clients alone comes up to pretty much $30 for one jar. So if I get 3 or 4 of those, that's pretty much over $100. You know what I'm saying? Off of one jar, I think I can do about 2 to 3. That's it. Yeah, not much. Yeah, and especially with people who have over 100 locks, like that's a lot of product that I'm using. And I just got a vendor for my braider, or my braiding clients. It lives in Atlanta. He sells more like a natural gel product, braiding gel product, so it doesn't have because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these braiding gel products have all this like stuff in it that really like flakes people's hair, dries it up, makes it white. So his gel is really good. So I've been using it, but it's expensive too. So, and I be wanting to tell people like that's why my prices are the way they are, and I'm sure they'll probably go up, every so often, because it's just expensive. Surprisingly, like now that I have men clients, men like really do, like they have questions about like their hair and everything, like how to take care of it. Like they really do. And I'm glad that like I went to school and got that education on it, because I'm always able to like give them that kind of like advice or tips. And if I don't know the question, I'm like, I'll get back with you. I'll research it up and figure it out too. Well, we were in class once a week. The first 2 weeks though, we were like in class though. So once a week, like we would go over a chapter, discuss about whatever we were talking about, and then that next week we would take a test. So we had to take like a test once a week. We had to take multiple exams, a practical. So now that like I'm licensed and I'm professional, I take it serious because I'm like, y'all don't understand. Like, I was in school till like 9:30 every night. You know what I'm saying? Doing either a mannequin's head or taking a test or whatever. So like, I take it very seriously. If I have like a client has a question, whatever, I'll even look in my book. So yeah, they take it very serious in hair school. Because I mean, if you think about it, you're doing people's hair. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to mess it up. And you also, especially if you like are a cosmetologist and you color their hair or do something to make their hair fall off, you know, you need to know what you're doing because yeah, chemicals. But like I said, I went to school for natural, so we don't do anything with chemicals on an actual person. Now I could do, like I said, like a wig or something like that and color a wig and do something to that and then put it on someone, but I can't like color someone's hair or do those crazy chemicals that stylists do. Yeah, I did one that was like a video of me kind of like starting someone's locks. Like I was showing like how, well, not showing how I was doing it, but I was just like doing it and the camera was just sitting there. And then I showed like the finish, you know, style of the comb coil starter locks. So I want to get into actually like doing like content of like, oh, this is how I did my stitch braid, or this is how I did like my retwist, or applying gel to the client's scalp. Like I want to get into that. I just think for me is I need to get more equipment for the content, because it's really all about, like I said, like lighting, different like positions and stuff like that. Right now I just have one ring light, but I heard like other stylists have like this like phone stand where you can like stand your phone. You have the ring light over here, and then you have like another lighting over here, and kind of like you can record. Yeah, so I think that's what I want to do, because I heard that's another way, like if you're trying to like do like what I said, like, oh, this is how I do a stitch braid or something like that, like it's perfect because you got your phone already in place, standing in this holder, and the lighting is specifically on this specific part of the braid. So I want to get into it. It's just equipment's expensive. So like, I'm just going spinning as time goes on. I don't want to just buy everything at once and be broke. So that's how I do my content. And it's been working too. The hashtags definitely have been working for sure. I've had quite a few people be like, oh, I like just found you on Instagram. Referrals are good too. So that's really how I've been able to like grow my business and stuff like that. The content is not easy. I tell people like, it's not easy at all. I don't think y'all understand. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like, I'm over here like doing a whole bunch of editing, cropping, this and that. And like I said, people really look at detail. Like they really do when you do content videos. Like I've had people like be like, oh, like your background a little bit was looking a little rough, you know, or like, you know, or like the lighting wasn't really good on this view of the this angle wasn't the best angle. And I'm like, dang, y'all really look at details. Like I'm over here thinking I'm making the bomb content video. And sometimes when I do a style that I don't like, or not that I don't like, but I don't think it's the best, because I feel like I'm like my worst critic. Like I'm always criticizing my work. I'm like scared like people are sending it to other people. Like, oh, talking like crap. Because people will do it because I do it my own self. I'll send somebody's work like, look at this. You know what I'm saying? This shit looks a mess. You know, like I do that and I'd be like, dang. So sometimes when I see like a whole bunch of shares, like someone share, I'm like, I hope they shared it because it was good, and they not sitting over there talking about this video is terrible. Why would he make this content video, or why, or this style was not the best? So I'm very strategic now, what I post, how I do my content videos, because I'm just like, people are going to talk. I know they're always going to talk, so you can't really like trip about it. But it's just like, when I see a lot of shares being sent, I'm like, y'all talking shit about my stuff. Like I said, I can't talk because I've done it before. Send videos to my friends like, look at this, you know? So I'm like, I wonder if they're doing the same thing to me. But some people say like it's good to have like your old work if it wasn't the best, because like people will see like the growth and just how serious you are taking this. So I do keep some of work that I know isn't the best, because then I'll be like, okay, once you really see that I'm the bomb with this style, then y'all be like, okay, like he really was serious about making this style perfect, you know, making it look really good. People look at that too, see your growth, see how much, you know, you've evolved. I think I have that on my Facebook page. Like when I first started doing braids, shit looked hot. It's like, what are you doing? Now that I look at my braids, I'll be like, now look, like I look good, like look at the improvement, you know? And then it makes me feel good, like, wow, like you really have grew and doing the thing now. Like you're doing good.
Imagine something you're passionate about, something you love doing, something you want to do every single day for the rest of your life, being afraid of what your family might say. That's tough. I personally, I can't imagine that, but I feel for anyone that does. And this goes out to you.